So it was some basic setting about curtain wall, and we can use this basic setting. Here we can change the vertical number, for example, to just 5, and here we can change the horizontal number to 5. Let's see, we are going to have a total different design. And we are going to have, for example, angle. You can use angle option by 45 angle here, 45 angle here. We will see we are going to have a different design. They are very useful. For example, let's say here is our vertical, so we need to have more. I'm gonna use, for example, 20, and here I'm gonna use, for example, 7. We are going to have this, or maybe more, 15, and we are going to have something like historical design like that. So the next step is to moving forward for creating a panel. How to create panel, how to change panel. By clicking on your curtain wall, we had one panel here. We can, for example, change the panel as a default to something else. For example, break, apply. All of them is going to change because we are changing the default here, and it's going to give us an error, delete, because we created lots of mullion, so it's not readable for Revit. Let's change it 5, and no angle here to reduce the risk of error. And we are going to have some delete elements, edit type, and we are going to choose, for example, basic wall, apply, okay. Instead of glass, we are going to have some basic wall. It is also useful, we can use it in our design. Some of the project I see they use this type of design. Just by simply click our curtain wall, we can go change it to the default as a wall, to glazing, apply, and okay. So if you want to choose a particular and a specific panel, by going there, clicking on tab, you are able to choose them. And you can click, for example, by tab and control, you can click as many as you want in a different shape. Or even you can just go click on one of them by choosing one of these, and right click. You are going to have the option here as a, where is this option, select panel, align vertical grid. It's going to choose align the vertical grid, or it's going to choose align horizontal grid. So because you click both, it click all at the same time. So for example, also you can just click all in host, but what is different if you are going to click, for example, select panels on host, it's going to select all of your panels, and you can change all of them right now. Change, for example, the type here by going to the edit type, change their profile. But what is the difference between changing here and as a default? It means that you are going to change it individually. Later you can change it again individually. For example, if you change all of them to the wall, and after that you want to have, for example, 4 of them as a glass, you can just go click on those 4 and change it to the glass, and your default, it's going to be changeable. But if you change as a default here, all of your panel is going to be changed as a default to that certain material, and you cannot, for example, it's going to be a different process by choosing the other. For example, we need to go unmark this panel, and after you unmark it here in your modifier, you have unpaint and paint. If it's one option, you can just click on the paint and unpaint on your screen, but it's when it's lots of them, you can unpaint all of them here, and the UP is a shortcut. Then you have access to choosing different options, such as, for example, I'm gonna use my interior 10 wall. Okay, what is happening is you are going to have wall here. So the next step, for example, as a practice, we can just choose our curtain wall here, this one, and this one. So we want to change these four to the glass. We go here and we are going to change it to glass. So here we are going to have the wall which contain a glass or window in the center. We are going to have this design lots of time, and it's a very useful method. The other things we can do is to create one curtain wall. What do I mean? For example, let me Ctrl Z and save our project. For example, it means you are going to choose this curtain wall, edit type, duplicate your curtain wall. And here you are just going to create practice number 2. And here you are going to change the number. For example, I want 15 to, for example, 15 just vertical. I don't want to have any horizontal. Here you cannot click on 0. If you click on 0, it's going to tell you value between 1 to 200. So you need to go to edit type, choose your horizontal grid here to none, apply. You are not going to, it give you the error. It says I'm gonna delete your grid line as well. Would you like to? We'll say yes, and okay, we are going to just have our vertical because we deleted our grid line. So it means that even if it's a 1, we don't have any grid line, so it's not going to work, because profile, as I said, work on the grid line. So everything looks fine here right now. Even we can go here. For example, this is our special panel we are making, and I'm gonna explain why and what's that. Here we are going to change, for example, our profile as well. For example, we want to have interior, but we don't want to have our border profile. So I'm just gonna click on none here as well. Well, actually, we don't need to change horizontal because we do not have any horizontal, but it's better to choose these as none as well because they are going to be created, and apply. It's going to give you the same situation warning, and that's all. The next step is to, for example, change the material or any type of glass as you wish, and just clicking on OK, we created this type of glassing, this one. So now you might ask why we even did that, like why, what was the purpose? The purpose is we are going to our level here. We are just going to create one new curtain wall, and after that we will go to the 3D view, and here we go. So we are going to change some basic setting here. Edit type, I'm gonna use the setting of my practice. I'm gonna use the type of the practice 1, so it's already set up. And the use of designing this curtain wall is you can just click on your panel here, and after that you can go, for example, choose some of your panel. I'm gonna use this one. I want to try something new right now. 2 panel, I will choose 2 panel and vertical. As you will see, it's going to work. So I'm gonna use this panel here as well, and here as well. Then I'm gonna click right click and choose the option which is not it seems it's not right now here anymore for use, so we can just remove, for example, this one. Let's click on this and this. Then we are going to select panel vertical, and after that I can come here, select this panel as well, select panel. Okay, before doing that, we need to select our panel here. For example, I'm just gonna use these two and select panel vertical. The next step is to going to unpaint them, because if you don't unpaint them, you are not going to have access to the settings. So it means you just choose them, no more setting. You are going to unpin them, and after that you are going to here to choose the type of your material there. Here you can see one of the trick which I'm using, and one of the magic of the Revit which provide me to use this trick. And here is to choose your practice panel number 2 as your element. Let's see. It's we didn't choose it. Here we go. So it means that this panel, which include for example different setting, is going to set up here, as you will see. For example, this one contains 15 and 1. We are going to have those elements, those settings located in this situation. And you might ask, but this, for example, you are going to, for example, ask, it's include 15, but here we don't have 15 in each panel. It means that you click your panel with one selection. If you want to have 15 on each of them, you need to click individually. Then go here, click here, and you will see the setting will appear here, and you can change the number here. For example, you can change the number from 4 as you wish to 10. Also, we could do that too. It was about the number which we could enter, change the value. For example, align vertical, you are going to choose your practice number 2 to 11. Here we go. We are going to have a different type of element. I use this technique for some of my project to create a specific pattern. For example, shaded pattern. Just gonna use click this element as well. Then I'm gonna unpaint it and use my practice number 2 element. For example, you can create something like that. You can create horizontal instead of that. It depends how creative you are going to be that time. So this is about the setting of the so far like a curtain wall, and in our project next video we are going to draft our curtain wall. Curtain wall, actually I need to tell that too. Curtain wall has more setting which we can work. We can use our curtain wall in a different shape with a different setting, which we can use those advanced setting in our advanced project. For now, these settings which I explained, it's suitable for our main project and even more. So see you guys in the next video.